Welcome to Brain Vision.
So for this question, the first step is to always, it's important that you have a sketch of what the problem talks about. So in this scenario, we're given three capacitors, and for C1, C2, and C3, we're told that C1 is equal to, we're told that C1 is equal to 10. So we know C1 is C2 is 5, and C3 is 4 micro. The voltage, the potential difference represented by V is equal to 10. Volts. So in this diagram, you could decipher that C1 and C2 uh, are capacitors in parallel. So the capacitance for C1, 2 is C1 plus C2. 10 plus 5, 15. So C1 and C2 is also parallel to C3. So C1 and 2 are both capacitors that is parallel to C3. So you can find the equivalent capacitance for C1 and 2 and 3. We know what C1 and 2 is, and we know that C3 is equal to 4. So 1 over 15 plus 1 over 4. So the equivalent capacitance for C1, C2, and C3 is 3.5, 3.15 farads. 3.15 microfarads. So for part A, we're told to find the charge across C1. Well, we know the total charge flowing through this circuit. So total charge Q flowing through the circuit will be given as CV. So T total V, C being the capacitance and V being the potential, the volts, potential, the total volts in the circuit. So we know the total capacitance as in A and as in the first step is 3.15. So 3.15 times 10 to the negative 6. We know V is equal to 100. Inputting that into your calculator, we know Q is equal to 10 to the negative 4 coulombs. So that's the total charge in the capacitor. Now we can find the charge for part A. They're asking for the charge across C1. So Q1 will be equal to the capacitance in C1 times the voltage across C1. You know, C1 is 10 microfarads, and the voltage is 100, so times 100. Input that into your calculator, you have 10 to the negative 4 coulombs. So that's the charge across C1. For part B, we'll ask to find the potential difference across C1. So the potential difference is given as V is equal to, using Ohm's law, you could input that and just Q1, Q, Q1 over C1. 3.15 times 10 to the negative 6. We know what C1 is. C1 is 10. Put that into your calculator, you have 31.5 volts. So that's the potential difference across C1. That's it.